The villain.
What? No, it's still in the match. This is a game one in a best of 3.
Okay, you're the villain, we're the anti-heroes because we're not really that nice anyways.
Yeah. And then who's the hero?
Gideon Q.
Gideon Q, the main protagonist of the story. But let's see once again here from the pics itself. SMG, what is it that they want to go for here? Because yes, the Selena wants to go for that early pressure, but now since that has been pushed into that bottom side, what does she need to do?
Something tells me maybe for SMG, I'm not sure if they hear us, but they might start to pivot. They might start to pivot for instead objectives. Because if they try to find fights, it's just gonna be bad.
It's the mid-game.
Exactly.
They're looking for the mid-game.
Exactly.
Just because you have a Selena doesn't mean that you have to go early.
True.
You know, like...
True.
In this game, in Mobile Legends, you're not forced to do anything. Everything is consensual. Okay?
Yes.
When you pick up that hero, it's very flexible. You can do whatever you want with it. The Selena is still going to be very useful later stages in the game. People say that, oh, in the late game, Selena is not going to be that helpful. Well, the thing is, she can safely open the map, and that's very helpful. But I really feel, based on the draft, it's definitely the mid game. Once they have a one-item power spike, that is what I'm looking for. A one-item power spike, and then they're going to start putting up the death bush, and then Saim Senpai is gonna try to kill someone because that is his playstyle. He likes the bushes and he likes to get those kills.
Yep, to be fair, I actually give the range advantage to SMG.
Yeah,
when it comes to engagements, save for the death bush. You don't even have to think about that. When they want to kill someone, they can, especially if they put a bead on people via the stacks on Brody. Sasa can get a kill like on 2 random, just, okay, torn apart memory. But that aside, yes, you're right. Play for the mid game, spike for that 1 or 2 items. They also need to just make that decision right now. They have to accept the fact that that's where they're going to win, because looking at the lineup, I wrote it down. Originally, they wanted to go fast, but Onyx not allowing that. So again, key for victory for them right now is to have that mindset.
Well, let's see who will come out on top here as we are going to enter the game once again. Sans already taking so much out of Smooth's HP bar, and he will be forced to go back to lane. Remember, look at the top side. Boots has just been banging on those minions.
Speaking of banging, look at Sans hitting Smooth. That is a lot of damage. This Paquito making me very nervous in terms of fighting in the mid game.
Oh, wait a minute. You know, overturn on to win the... Flame shot as well to bring him back, but he still manages to survive. Oh! Never mind. Razor first blood by the Indonesians right now, as the turtle will also be picked up.
Exactly as you said, Miracle. Onyx Esports can play for just about anyone and everyone at any point in the game. As Sans was just quietly going for that turtle, the rest of the team goes, okay, it's fine, we got it. We have first blood here.
They want everyone and anyone. Perfectly noted there, but oh, wait. Oh, if this arrow connects on the CW, the stun connects her as well. It's going to be the follow-up, but our memory is not going to be enough. CW still lives with a sliver of health as Keyboy comes here to deny that push.
Yeah, right now looking at the items over here, Sasa has definitely been denied a lot of gold when compared to CW. Looks like he is going to make that endless battle first, and then Sasa perhaps is going for that Blade of Despair.
Yeah, and the thing is, right now, the interesting dynamic is this high loss in that top side. Smooth is actually might get solo kill, and... Oh, what a speed! Flickers in!
I said it.
Glorious pathway, you said it.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy with that accent, and Expedia, he's going to go in, it's going to be a lot of damage placed onto him, and the Turnip memory will find one. So they're trading things on the board. Sasa already getting that gold lead that he wants.
Trades, yes, but they're abysmal trades. Across the map, they only got one, and up top, that 1v1 victory by Boots onto Smooth, who we expected to early on really open up the map. It's not ideal, but still, it's okay. Team SMG is still on the board here. very, very small lead, 500 gold for Onyx Esports.
Yeah, and the thing is
Scramble. Team SMG is right now steady form PP. I would say to them as they remind themselves here because they are under severe gunfire. About 4. They try to go. For this turtle, I can only imagine that Win always needs backup for the next 5 minutes. He needs to have someone on him every single moment.
oh, but wait, the Boots actually going in, and that's going to be the combo wombo coming. As well, Yin Yang overturn, not yet, just pop. He's still holding on to that with Boots coming in. It's going to be the kill picked up. Starwood has been popped with a feather airstrike to follow it up. Boots will be taken down, and it's a 1-for-1. SMG also gets the turtle, so they're still on the board again.
This is what I want to see. I want to see Team SMG keep pushing ahead. Devs don't matter. It's a lie. They're actually immortal. They will survive again. It's okay. Team SMG, they just need to make sure that their mental is doing very good.
Oh, Smooth is going to be caught out in the 1v3 and actually takes it right there with Keyboy using the Circling Eagle, forcing that flicker out of him. It is going to be Onyx pushing the pace on that top side, and this is what they really like to do. They like to split up the map and play with these objectives. You get the turret on the bottom side, instantly rotates the gold laner up top.
I like the current trend of Esmeralda's picking up Flicker. It just shows that the current zeitgeist or the current status quo for XP laners is the fact that we know we're not going to get punished. We know that our mechanics are on point, so the Purify seems a little overkill. We want that versatility. So yeah, that's exactly what bought Smooth alive here. The chance to defend this top lane and open it up, keep it for Sasa.
3,000 gold lead, and Onyx Esports have taken 2 turrets for nothing at this point, right? SMG, sure, they got a turtle, they got a few kills, but in the end, it's going to be, oh, this arrow connecting on a Keyboy right now, a lot of damage, but all of the resources have actually been spent onto the roamer of Onyx Esports. With that, they're actually the ones forced away out of their own turret. Let's see if they can still defend this. Sans is in the front. They want to get this turret, but the Abyssal Arrow will be dodged, and Drian is waiting in that bush. But like you said, Win comes in with a deadly catch, unable to catch onto anything. But again, Onyx are the ones with the lead. Onyx are the ones with that pressure on the turret, even though they lost it up.
Yeah, again, the thing is, on esports, the way that they move is much faster, and Suns is being a big problem for the side of Team SMG, and Expedia almost goes down there.
Almost goes down, but look at that. It's going to be the trade-off. You try to kill our mid laner, our Expedia, and we'll kill you right there.
And I love how Sasa was just ready to answer back. That stun was key. I think the stun was key to keep him down for that last hit of the feathered airstrike.
Absolutely, man. That stun coming in, Sasa knows exactly what he needs to do on this Brody, and so far he's been doing great. He hasn't died, even though Onyx has been playing into that bottom side. Now, though, might be a fight. SMG already going on to the turtle, but Onyx Esports will choose to just let it go.
Slowly, Team SMG is building back up that confidence. Yes, the first 5 minutes have been difficult, but far from debilitating, far from crippling their spirits. So looking at their current lineup, I think Win, those first 3 deaths, didn't stop him from actually slowly building up. That's what's so cool about a Bane in the jungle. His farming is still so fast, despite being behind the opposing jungler, and that's Sans on the 101 Paquito.
I feel like Win, every single time he dies, he just looks back at his hand and is like, oh yeah, I gotta focus. Because right now, that is what SMG is looking like. They're focused, even though technically they're losing, they still have a game plan, and then they're following up on that game plan.
Yeah, I like this, but they need to translate those kills, those little victories into objectives. Because right now, look at what Onyx is doing. Splitting up the map only to bait for the objectives. This was the key to victory for Onyx, and right now they're doing it. 3 of the tier 1s have been taken down now, with the top side falling right now.
Interestingly enough, I think Team SMG, the current call has been Sasa on me. Basically, where Sasa goes, we open it up, we keep it safe, and they're currently looking for that next lane. The first half of this 9-minute match, it was bottom and then later top. But right now, Expedia just... Oh!
What the heck was that? Disgusting! And San just follows it up out of nowhere, gets the kill onto Expedia, and that is why the Selena needs to be careful. She is so squishy. You get opened up just a little bit, and you are gonna get one shot at it. But look at that, Glorious Pathway once again on to win. They're trying to zone away the members all out of the turret, but Smooth, he wants some blood right now, jumping on the members. Unfortunately, though, Onyx will be able to zone them away from the turrets and get it.
You know a hero is kind of broken when you've been nerfed for a few times and you can still do that. That was a lot of damage. That's a lot of mobility. That the damage, the burst is so crazy. Right now, SMG is going for that mid tower.
Yeah, there is a very good siege by the side of SMG, and Boots will be forced to flicker out of that one. That was really good, smart one from them. They know that Onyx have exhausted all their resources.
Sieging potential, I give it all to Team SMG. Like 8 out of 10 sieges they will get in fashion. But wait, not if that continues to happen. Close call for Zyme Sempoy. What I was about to say is there is one thing that they're lacking, and it's a huge gaping hole in their lineup, and that's Peel. We saw that happening in the bottom lane. They have no way to catch anything Onyx Esports is putting on the table. And given that they have Boots, given that they have Keyboy on the Matilda and the Hylos, Onyx Esports is just going to continue to batter down on SMG's paper wall. What do they have? They have Smooth, but Smooth even wants to try to dive down the back line, so that just opens up Zyme Sempoy, that opens up Sasa. They really have to shock and SMG. That's their intro here, and I think we're currently at mid-game. Lafel, have they hit that mid-game stride?
I feel like they've actually hit it. That's why they have been aggressive. They're like, okay, we got an item, so let's push on some of the objectives, because we have to think, SMG, in their head, what is the objectives?
Oh, but look at Sanji's going to be able to get it up. Strike and CW with a follow-up instantly takes him down. This is why they're in desperate need of that front line. They don't have it. Win is the one forced to open up the maps without Smooth in that bottom side, and it is just a disaster right now. The jungler down, and the Lord is going to be targeted. But wait a minute, Abyssal Arrow connects, but don't follow up again. Free Lord for the Indonesian champs.
Onyx Esports has effectively overloaded the traps on Expedia. It's very difficult to face check anything or even use those traps effectively because you have Boots and you have Keyboy. Hell, even Sans can start walking through and just use those shields and dashes in case he gets even remotely punished. So yeah, where can Team SMG find farm now for Sasa?
So right now, I'm looking at Team SMG, and you're right. This is one of those reasons why I said they need to get a hero that can peel or a hero that can engage. Right now, it's really not looking all that great. Keyboy engages in front. Zyme Sempoy just runs away. But Team SMG, they have to hope for a miracle right now.
Yeah, but this is what Onyx wants to do. They just keep on baiting. They just keep on zoning for the turrets. And simply enough, Onyx will be able to pick up the tier 2 on that top side. With the Lord pushing in that bottom side, they're using it really, really well, getting all these lanes pushed up and setting up for another siege on the turrets. This is what Clint loves to do. You can just see the damage pouring out as Lord hasn't been taken down. Actually, he's only been taken to half HP. Feather Airstrike will be popped as well. So again, a lot of resources, and Expedia already zoned once again. Look at the macro plays from Onyx Esports. It is clinical.
Red team base turret.
This is exactly where the siege potential from Team SMG gets turned on its head. They now have to pivot one more time from being an early game lineup to a mid-game lineup to now just defending. We have to use the deadly catch. We have to use everything, the crab claw cannon, to just make sure that Onyx Esports doesn't break down our base. But again, here's another go.
Yeah, one more time. Butch's God is in for the Glorious Pathway, able to zone 3 members away, and he doesn't even take a lot of that damage. He's still alive, and that is the second inhibitor turret taken down. Drian just on the back lines, using that umbrella to a great extent.
Yeah, and this is why, even during the draft, I said that Sasa, he has a problem going up against his high loss, because you can't take down high loss. He can just push his own body to you, and you can try, but you're not going to die. And why I said that the Kagura should be banned out is just because from the side of Onyx Esports, it's such an easy draft to pull off. You just have to kill whoever is in front. You just have to die. For Team SMG, it's almost a kiting kind of meta where you have to maintain your distance. So from the side of Onyx Esports as well as SMG, it's two opposite sides of the coin, and Onyx, they just play their coin a little bit better.
Absolutely, they do. They really do, man. 4.6 thousand gold lead in the 13th minute of the game. They've been controlling the objectives and only dropping 2 turrets so far.
I'm feeling the choke here from Onyx Esports. Team SMG, they have to consider, where do we put the farm? I see them giving some camps to win, and I also see them give maybe 1 or 2 buff to Sasa, and at least there is this silver lining. Sasa hasn't died yet. 2-0-1 on this Brody. There's still some potential, but I saw also earlier, put a couple of stacks onto boots, barely touched the Hylos.
At this point, again, SMG, what can they really do on the map? The thing is, with all of those turrets taken down, with 1 turret left standing, it is going to be the pressure controlled by Onyx. You need to just roll with 5 members at all times.
Yeah, and Sun's picking up that Malefic Roar. Really, anyone will die. Smooth, even if he has a lot of shielding over there, I really feel like this Potato is just going to wreak havoc.
Yeah, and you can see the wave manipulation as well. Beautiful by Onyx Esports, pushing in when it matters, when they need to get some objectives on the board, and that's going to be the purple buff stolen away from Team SMG, setting up for the Lord, Enhanced Lord, that will spawn in the 30 seconds.
This is free. This is free. This Lord, unless Team SMG just suddenly, again, even Expedia, you just walk right in there. Unless Team SMG finds a way to set up Expedia for a great arrow, and then Zaim Sempoy alongside win, again, just go all in to try and steal the Lord. I'm guessing it's going to cost them 2 or 3 lives minimum, but at least they'll stay on the map. But I'm pretty sure Lafel will agree with me, that's a little too much. If it's too risky, I think they should just invest in the defense.
It is very risky indeed, because right now, probably the best thing that they can do is try to find out equal grounds, try to get enough gold, making sure that it's the very, very late game, because right now it's 50 minutes. It's not that long till everyone reaches their full item spike.
Oh, it's the free Lord, and look at that. It's going to be a win. Instantly just burst it down, but he didn't overturn Flame Shot to add the salt to the wound, as that was an overkill. 0, 5, and 1 for win on the first game.
Team SMG didn't even need to overextend. Earlier I mentioned that they had the range advantage. If they wanted to engage, they wanted to confirm kills, they could. But in this stage of the game, when you're this ahead, as Onyx Esports, I saw signs of this earlier when they tried to take down a mid inhibitor and top inhibitor. Honestly, they were slow rolling. They took it slow. They were so calculated, so deliberate, and it's that kind of approach that's making Team SMG defense all the more difficult.
Yeah, let's see what they do here. It's going to be everything used up. They just zone the members away. That's going to be Clint picking up the kill and the base. A clinical performance in the first game by the Indonesian champions.
Yeah, Onyx Esports over here really showing up. I would even say winning every single lane, because again, we talked about the very basics of the game. As a gold laner, you want to farm, you want to survive. He survived, but he couldn't farm. The top lane, Boots, just wins against Moo, and Signs just beat everyone up.
The way that Onyx Esports played this game was the way you fall in love. Suddenly and slowly all at the same time. They were so calculated, they were so prepared, but then as the final siege happened, you're like, oh, there goes the base.
Yeah, just like love, after getting punched in the face, you get very surprised.
Is that how love works for you, Lafel?
I guess my experience is different than others.
We all have very different experiences, but my hope is that Team SMG recovers here, because they are the Malaysian champions. I understand the pressure that they're under and the hopes of their countrymen on their backs right now. At least we can see that they're staying composed. They look pretty much the same from before the game. So at least this did not drag out as long as it possibly could have given their lineup.
As a Malaysian, this is very stressful having both teams in the low bracket. But SMG, this is their moment to show that they should be champions, because again, being a champion is not about winning all the time. It's about coming back after a loss.
I hear you.
It's about how fast you can get up after getting beat up, after getting knocked down, and it's time to send it over to the analysts as we will see a deep dive into the game.